Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Premier League video. Today we are going to be doing week 3 of the Premier League predictions, and we've got a ton of good games to talk about. A lot of good fixtures, including the big Liverpool versus Arsenal fixture. That's a big one to look out for this weekend. So yeah, let's just get straight into the predictions.
Alright guys, but before we get into the video, this video shout out goes to Hardy for commenting down below his score predictions. If you guys want to be featured just like Hardy did this video, make sure you comment down below your score predictions for this week's game. So you know we've got a big Liverpool versus Arsenal game. So yeah, comment down below your score predictions for that game. That'll be a very interesting one. Make sure you like the video, try to smash 200 likes and subscribe. And yeah, let's get right into it. So the first game of week 3, we've got Everton versus Aston Villa. For this game, I'll put a 2-0 win to Everton. You know, Everton splashed out a lot of money this season. They're currently sitting mid-table. I think they're going to get top 6 this season from all the money they spent. They've got decent players. Bernard is going to be standing out. I think this season he's going to be a key player in that team. So I put a 2-0 win. Sigurdsson getting the first one and Bernard getting the second goal. Moving on to the next game, Norwich versus Chelsea. Chelsea, not the best start to the season. Drew against Leicester last week, lost against Liverpool. Not the best of the best, but I think they'll pick up their form. Obviously, Lampard is their manager. Not the best manager you can have in the Premier, in my opinion. The guy has no experience, but he is a good player, but not a manager. But you never know, he might turn it around in the next few games. So I put a 2-1 win here. Maybe Chelsea will get some momentum going from this game. Giroud getting the first one, Willian getting the second goal, and for Norwich I put Pukki.
Okay, so for the first 2 games, starting off with Everton versus Villa. For this game, I put a 2-0 win to Everton. Everton coming off a very good win against Watford, 1-0. They're going to be buzzing for this game. Players are going to be confident, and I do think they will get the 3 points here. You know, Everton, as Matt said, they spent a lot of money this summer, and the squad that they have, the players they have, I do expect them to be pushing for that top 6 position this year. So yeah, I think they'll get the 3 points here. 2-0 win for them, with Richarlison and Bernard getting the goals for them. And the next game, Norwich City versus Chelsea. For this game, I put a 2-1 win to Chelsea. Norwich bounced back by that from that defeat against Liverpool, beating Newcastle 3-1. You know, Pukki on fire for them. He's currently on, I think, 4 goals. I think he got all 4 goals for them in the last 2 games. And you know, Chelsea on the other hand, not in the best of forms. Got battered by United, and then getting that draw against Leicester at home, it's not the best reaction. And they have to start, you know, getting some points on the leaderboard soon if they want to get that top 4 this season. But I do think they'll bounce back here. They'll grind out a 2-1 win against Norwich, with Pulisic and Giroud getting goals for Chelsea, and Pukki getting his 5th of the season.
Right, so for Aston Villa versus Everton, I've gone for a 2-1 win to Everton here. Aston Villa obviously struggling in the league right now, obviously being promoted to the Premier League. It's hard for them to adjust, and they're shown in the last 2 games. A lot of their key players, such as Jack Grealish, has been making a few mistakes, as you saw against Tottenham, and so they need to step up to the Premier League standards, or it could be a tough season for them. But Everton, on the other hand, got quality players. I think they will have enough to get the win here, 2-1. So with Charleston, who missed a lot of chances last game, I think he's going to bounce back and get a goal here, with Keane get another goal, and Jack Grealish getting the only goal for Aston Villa. Then for the next game, Norwich versus Chelsea. Obviously Chelsea coming off the big loss against United, and then a draw against Leicester at home, so not the best result there. And I think they're going to struggle again, with Norwich winning last week. Going to have a lot of confidence also being at home, so I'm going to put a 1-1 draw here. I think it will be tight. Chelsea probably have a lot of chances, but I think Norwich will grind out a result and get a point, which will be really good for them. Very good confidence boost. For Frank Lampard, on the other hand, the pressure is going to keep building, in my opinion. But you can't blame me. He had a transfer ban and stuff, so it could be a tough season for him. So Pedro to get the only goal for Chelsea, and Pukki to get the only goal for Norwich.
Alright, first game of week 3, Villa vs Everton. Just like the boys, I went with the Everton win here. I went with a 2-1 win here for Everton. They did win last week against Watford, 1-0 win. I feel like they are going to win 2-1 here, with Richarlison at 6 and get the goals for them. And Villa goal scorer being Wesley. Then on to the second game, Norwich versus Chelsea. Chelsea 2 L's in 1 week. Can they bounce back? I think they can. 2-1 win here for Chelsea, with Pedro and Pulisic getting the goals for them. Norwich goal scorer being Pukki. He's on firing form so far. But yeah, let's move on to the next 3 games.
Alright, next 3 games, Brighton versus Southampton. For this game I put a 1-0 win to Brighton. Good start to the season for Brighton. If they carry on the form, you know, they could end somewhere. Southampton, on the other hand, I think it's a relegation type team this season. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's not been the best of starts, but they could potentially bounce back. But from what I'm seeing at the moment, I think Southampton are one of the weaker teams. Moving on to the next game, United versus Crystal Palace. For this game, I put a 2-1 win to United. I'm going with the safe results this week. I think it's going to be a tough week for all teams. I think some of the main teams are going to drop a lot of points. So yeah, to put a 2-1 win here for United. Rashford and Lingard getting the goals for United, and Zaha for Crystal Palace. And the last of the three, Sheffield United versus Leicester City. For this game, I put a 1-0 win to Leicester. I think it's going to be a very tough game. Leicester going away to Sheffield United. You know, the atmosphere is going to be there. The fans are going to be on that side. You know, Championship fans are on it. They're different. They're more aggressive. So I think they'll give Leicester City a good chance. And I think you know, in the end they will walk away with a win here. But it's going to be a hard one.
Okay, so for Brighton versus Southampton, for this game I put a 0-0 draw. I think both teams are going to be really going at it, both going for the 3 points, but at the end of the game it's going to be really tight. I think they're going to end up settling for a point apiece. So 0-0 draw here. Next game, United versus Palace. For this game I put a 3-0 win to United. You know, United unfortunately to get 3 points against Wolves away from home. Played really well, but you know, still take a point from there because it's always a tough fixture to play against Wolves away from home. But you know, I think we'll bounce back here at Old Trafford against Palace, a weakened Palace side, to be honest, who last game I think they lost against Sheffield United, which is a bit disappointing by their standards. So yeah, 3-0 win for United with Pogba, Rashford and Maguire getting his first goal in a United shirt. And then the next game, Sheffield versus Leicester. For this game I put a 2-0 win to Leicester. As I said, Sheffield United did beat Crystal Palace their last game, so they're going to be buzzing, they're going to be full of confidence, and they're going to go all out for this game. Being at home too, that's a strong factor in their favour. But I do feel Leicester, with the players they have, the way they've been playing recently, you know, getting that draw against Chelsea, they played really, really good away from home at Stamford Bridge. So yeah, I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think Leicester will end up getting 3 points. Maddison and Chowdhury getting the goals for them.
Right, so for Brighton versus Southampton, I put a 2-0 win to Brighton. Obviously, Brighton drawing last game out, but the first game they won 3-0, so I think confidence is high in the camp, especially for a team that people do not expect too much from this season, probably a mid-table finish. They're doing decent so far, and I think they'll keep up a good form here against Southampton, who are bang 19th at the bottom, so they need to start picking up points. But I think Brighton will win 2-0 here with Trossard and Murray getting the 2 goals for them. And then for the next game, United versus Crystal Palace, I put a 3-0 win for United. I think obviously after the Wolves game, the penalty miss, the camp is a lot of like debate of future taking it and stuff. But I think this game coming home back to the fans, I think they're going to put on a show for, against Crystal Palace. Obviously Wan-Bissaka playing against old club, will that affect his performance? We'll wait and see. And obviously Zaha playing up against him might be a little challenge there. But I think United will get a comfortable win, 3-0, Rashford to get 2 and Martial to get 1. And for the next game, Sheffield United versus Leicester, I put 2-1 win to Leicester City. Sheffield United winning last game, as Dave said, against Crystal Palace, so a lot of confidence there. But at the same time, Leicester, with the quality they have, Maddison, Vardy, I think Vardy's going to have a really good game here and get 2 goals, with Sharp getting the only goal for Sheffield United. And yeah, 2-1 win for Leicester, and that will be their first win of the season.
Alright, the first game of the 3, Brighton versus Southampton. I went with a 1-1 draw here. Brighton got to a flying start, whereas Southampton 2 losses in a row. For this game I put a 1-1 draw. For that, Southampton are going to turn up this game. Danny's going to go for them, and Brighton goal scorer being Dan Murray. So yeah, it's going to be interesting match to see. And moving on to the next one, Man United versus Palace. United feel like they have to win this game as well, because I think the next fixtures are tough. So yeah, for this game I put a 1-0 win here with Martial getting the goal. If he scores this game, I think that's 3-3 if I'm correct, which is good for a person who's not a striker. But yeah, 1-0 win here for United. And then Sheffield United versus Leicester, I put 1-1 draw. Sheffield United surprisingly beating Palace last week, and Leicester getting a good draw against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. For this game I put a 1-1 draw. But let's move on to the next 3 games.
Okie dokes, next 3 games. Watford versus West Ham. For this game I put a 1-0 win to West Ham. Watford ain't, you know, one of the worst starts to the season in my opinion. Sitting bottom at the moment, you know, scraping the relegation zone. But I think, you know, West Ham, they're going to be doing decent this season. I think they're going to end mid-table. They got a decent team. Anderson is my key player. But yeah, I think Xavi Hernandez will get the only goal here. Securing the 3 points for West Ham. Moving to the next game, the biggest game of week 3. One of the biggest games for the whole season in my opinion. This could determine a lot. Don't get me wrong, it's the beginning of the season. But I still think, you know, games like this can determine a lot of things before the end. I put a 3-2 win to Liverpool. I think it's going to be a very, very tough game. I think, don't get me wrong, Arsenal have a good team. They've got a set of good players, but the team, as a team, they don't play too well, in my opinion. I think defensively we'll destroy them, but on the other hand, you know, their attack is amazing. It's a threatening attack, but the midfield is a bit shaky. So is, you know, David Luiz in defence, in my opinion. He's not the best of the best. He's not the strongest. He's going to make silly mistakes, which I think Mane and Firmino will count on. And I think for the pressure that we will give them from the front, they'll concede a couple goals in that way. So yeah, I put a 3-2 win here. For Liverpool, Mane getting both goals, Salah getting the only goal, and for Arsenal, the man himself, Aubameyang and Lacazette. And then for the last of the three, Bournemouth versus City, there's only one winner here. City, I put a 2-0 win here. City, you know, good start to the season. The last 3 seasons have been amazing. You know, great manager, great squad, great rotation. Nothing much more to say. Sterling's on fire, Jesus on fire, 2-0 win.
Okay, so for Watford versus West Ham, for this game I put a 2-2 draw. I think it's going to be a jam-packed game with a lot of goals. Watford, West Ham, both yet to register a win this season in the Premier League. As man said, Watford bottom of the table, not doing well at all. And West Ham, for the players they've bought, money they've spent. I know it's early days, but you'd expect them to do a bit better with these opening games of the season. But I think both teams are going to end up getting a point here. 2-2 draw with Decore and Deeney getting the goals for Watford, and Holler and Felipe Anderson getting the 2 goals for West Ham. Next game, biggest game of week 3. Liverpool versus Arsenal. For this game, I put a 3-1 win to Liverpool. You know what? This game is going to be a tight one in my opinion. I do think Arsenal can cause problems if they do hit Liverpool on a counter with the likes of Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Pepe. But you know, their defense is really suspect. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of David Luiz, even though he played quite well the last game. But I do think the likes of Mane, Firmino, and Salah will exploit their mistakes and will take advantage of their defence and will cause them a lot of problems, especially being at Anfield. It's a very tough place to go and get a good result out of. But yeah, I put a 3-1 win to Liverpool with Mane and Salah. So Mane getting 1, Salah getting 2, and Aubameyang getting the only goal for Arsenal. And for the next game, Bournemouth versus City. For this game, I put a 3-0 win to City. You know, City, unfortunate to get the 3 points against Tottenham. Played really good at them. Dominated the whole game. Got kind of fucked over by VAR, but you know, rules are rules. So, you know, but I think they'll bounce back here. 3-0 win against Bournemouth, who, you know, it's not the easiest place to go, but with the squad that City have, the players they have, I mean, it's just exceptional. So I think they'll walk over Bournemouth here with Mahrez, Jesus, and Sterling getting the goals for them.
Okay, so for Watford versus West Ham, I put a 1-1 draw here. I think points will be shared apiece. Watford definitely have to start getting points on the board. They're a better team than being a 20th with 2 losses. And on the other hand, West Ham aren't doing the best either, as these guys said. But I think the points will be shared apiece here. Deeney getting 1 for Watford, and Felipe Anderson getting the only goal for West Ham. And then for the next game, Liverpool versus Arsenal. The fixture the Goons do not want to see after recent years. It's been tears, it's been problems, and I think the last game we played at Anfield, if I'm not mistaken, I turned off at half time. I think it was when we were getting destroyed in 20 minutes. So yeah, boy, 3-1 win to Liverpool. You know what, you don't like to put your team losing, but you know, you just got to be realistic, because if I put 4-1 to Arsenal or 3-1 to Arsenal, the comment section will be a bit sad for me, so I'm just going to be realistic. But to be fair, we start with 2 wins, so a loss or even a draw. If we can get a draw, I'll be happy. But you know, it's gonna be a tough call. It'll be a big test for us, and of course we still have injuries like Tia need to come, Bellerin to come, so that might strengthen our defense as well. But yeah, 3-1 with the squad right now is probably going to be that. So Salah to get 1, Mane to get 2, and Lacazette to get the only goal for Arsenal. And then for their last game, the 3, Bournemouth versus City, only 1 win, as Matt said, 3-1 win to City. Not much to say really. City with the quality they have. Bournemouth not doing the worst start to the Premier League, but City on the other hand, they're going to want to rectify the points dropped against Spurs. Obviously, it was an unlucky points drop there. So Sterling to get 2, David Silva to get 1, and Wilson to get the only goal for Bournemouth.
Alright, the first game of the 3, Watford versus West Ham. Both teams in the bottom of the table. Who would have thought these 2 teams would be at the table? So quite a surprising start for both of them, to be honest. And for this game, I put 2-1 win here for West Ham. Watford, I feel like they are going to continue their poor form of losses and add a third loss to this, with Felipe Anderson getting both goals for West Ham and Watford goal scorer being Troy Deeney. And then moving to the next game, the big Liverpool versus Arsenal. Both teams undefeated and 2 wins so far this season. I put a 3-1 win here for Liverpool, hopefully win 3-1. Arsenal, whenever they come Anfield, they try to play football and outplay us, and when that happens, they just get walked over. So if they want to try to get a point, at least just sit back and counter, but I feel like we are going to dominate in midfield. So yeah, 3-1 win here with Mane and Salah getting both goals for Liverpool, whereas Arsenal goal scorer being Lacazette. And the third game, Bournemouth versus Manchester City. Thankfully, City dropped points last week due to VAR, which is a funny moment for me, to be honest. But yeah, for this one, I put a 2-0 win here for Man City. I thought that they will beat Bournemouth, but Bournemouth recently have been on good form. Harry Wilson, Callum Wilson as well. So if Liverpool only Harry Wilson does something against Man City, I'm going to shirt with Wilson back. But yeah, 2-0 win here for City. But let's move on to the next 2 games.
All right, last 2 of the 10. Tottenham versus Newcastle. This game I put a 2-0 win. I think it's going to be an easy game for Tottenham. You know, coming off that draw against City, you know, win or loss, I think Tottenham played really well. They deserve the point that they got. VAR is VAR, so yeah, let's just keep it as that. Great result for Liverpool in my opinion. But anyway, 2-0 win here. Harry Kane getting both goals. And last of the 10, Wolves versus Burnley. Wolves, great result in my opinion. Great goal from Jesus. Neves, my mistake. He's a great player and hopefully he carries on his form. Yeah, like I said, I put a 3-1 win here to Wolves. Neves getting another goal. You know, I think he's going to be on fire this season. And Jimenez, the man himself, I'm surprised he's still out. Wolves, don't get me wrong, it's a great club, but that player is something else, and I think he's going to move up soon. So yeah, 3-1 win here for Wolves.
Okay, so for the last 2 games, starting off with Spurs versus Newcastle. For this game, I put a 3-0 win to Spurs. Spurs in really good form, able to pick up a point against City, albeit a fortunate point. It's still a big point to go to Etihad and get a positive result like that. And Newcastle, on the other hand, it's not the best time to be a Newcastle fan, to be honest. Everything seems to be falling apart for them. They're going downhill ever since they lost Benitez, to be honest, who did really well with them last season. Now that he's left, you know, all their errors and stuff is being shown to the Premier League, and I just see them going even worse, even more downhill, possibly getting relegated. So, well, yeah, here I put a 3-0 win to Spurs with Kane getting 2 and Moura getting the 3rd. And for the last game, Wolves versus Burnley, I put a 2-1 win to Wolves. Wolves, you know, they've got quality players all round. Played really good against United. Managed to get a point there, big point for them. So they're going to carry over that confidence into this game, being at home too against Burnley, which is not an easy side to play. They proved that against Arsenal last week. You know, caused them a lot of troubles, especially with their long balls they play. Big players up front like Wood, etc., causing problems. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tight game. But Wolves will grind out the 3 points here. 2-1 win for them with Jota and Traore getting the goals for them, and Cork getting the only goal for Burnley.
Right, so on to the last 2, Spurs versus Newcastle. I'll put a 3-0 win here. Newcastle, I understand the fans, because I think they want their owner out, which is kind of like Arsenal. Obviously, we've spent a bit of money this season, this transfer window, so he silenced us a bit. Although if you work it out, we didn't really spend that much, but you know, it is what it is. But Newcastle, on the other hand, obviously the fans are starting to like turn on the owner, so it's tough times. Understand. Spurs, obviously big result at Etihad. Not a lot of teams are gonna go there and get points from City, so they're gonna come back to Spurs Stadium and have a good result here. 3-0 win. Kane to get 2, Lucas to get 1, and yeah, 3 points. Then for the last game, Wolves versus Burnley, I put a 2-1 win here to Wolves. Obviously that amazing goal from Neves, getting a point for them against Man United, and obviously now Neves is going to be on good goal scoring form. I think he's going to get 1 with Adama Traore, who was looking really good on the wing when he came on, to get a next goal. And then Burnley's goal scorer being Barnes. Burnley did play decent at Emirates, but I think they need more creativity, and against Wolves, I think Wolves will have too much talent for them. So 2-1 win here for Wolves.
Right, the first game of the last 2, Tottenham versus Newcastle. I'm sorry, Newcastle fans, but you're going to get touched this game. I put a 4-0 win for Tottenham. Steve Bruce, I don't know why Newcastle hired him, to be honest. So, 4-0 win here. Harry Kane getting 2, Eriksen getting 1, and Miller getting the 4th. I think this game has the potential to be 5 or 6 for Tottenham, but yeah, it's going to be a big 3 points here for Tottenham. So, 4-0 win, and then moving to the last one, Wolves versus Burnley. Wolves getting a good point against Man United. Great save by Patricio to save Pogba's penalty, which guaranteed them a point. Whereas Burnley were unfortunate to get a point against Arsenal, in my opinion. But yeah, for this game, I've got 2-0 win here for Wolves with Raul, Jimenez, and Diego Jota getting the goals for them.
Perfect. What a way to finish it off. If you guys haven't already, make sure you comment down below your score predictions for this week's games. You know, it's a big one. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Can actually Arsenal get a point here? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out as a 1-1 draw, but you never know. Anyway, comment down below your score predictions. The main team I would say focus on is Liverpool versus Arsenal. Let us know what you guys think will be the end score. It's been a 4Bro Show. Let's try to smash the like button, subscribe, follow us on all our social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. It's at 4Bro Show, and peace, guys.